One of the most frustrating experiences for a man on his porn addiction recovery journey is when a sexual image gets stuck in the back of your mind and it nags at you and it just won't go away. Maybe you see a provocative image that you weren't even looking for when you were on YouTube or social media, and even though you try to scroll past it or avoid it, the image gets stuck in your brain and it won't leave you alone. Hours later, it's still back there. The next day, it's still there. So if you can relate to this, then I want to give you some specific tools that you can implement when you feel stuck in this situation to help these images get out of your mind so you can go back to focusing on the things that matter the most. And the first thing that I need you to understand is that if there's an image or a thought to search for something, if that gets stuck in your mind, there is always a reason why. I recently spoke with a man who reached out to me to join my coaching program, and he told me that he just felt so tired of this cycle. He would see an image, he'd close it immediately, but then he'd spend literally days fighting it, trying to resist it or distract himself from it. And after all of those hours and days of fighting, he'd eventually give in so that he could get it over with and then go back to focusing again. The very first step I took him through was figuring out what is the root cause. Why are these feelings getting stuck in your mind? This matters because there are two completely different reasons that images won't go away. And the tools that you should use are different depending on which reason you're dealing with. The first reason is that pornography has become a coping mechanism for something deeper that was already happening before you saw the image in the first place. So I started having him pay attention to what his day looked like before the moment he saw the image. Sometimes he felt like he woke up and he was just behind. There were deadlines piling up, conversations that didn't go well with his wife. Or maybe he was carrying some feelings of inadequacy or failure. This is the heaviness that was underneath the surface. Then, when he was scrolling, just trying to relax, an image would show up on his feed. And there was this part of him that was kind of hoping that he would see an image. And once that happened, it would trigger this curiosity. And so if you can relate to this, maybe it's just like, I know that I don't want to be doing this, but there's a part of you that's kind of open to the idea. And so when you see it, you might start to click and you tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to let this get too far. Quick look. All right, I'm going to close this out. But when you do that, curiosity increases. The more that intensity of the urge increases. And then pretty soon you're right back down the rabbit hole. This is the thing that most men miss. The image itself, in this example, didn't create the pull. The emotional pain or the heaviness was already there. And then the image just presented the opportunity. Because you have already had this long-standing habit of pornography use, you just fell right back into it. When the emotional pressure builds up, if there is no outlet, the brain will reach for the fastest way to find relief that it knows. This is not a discipline problem. This is just a learned pattern. And as a licensed therapist, one of the things that I see most consistently is that men pour so much energy into fighting the urge, but they don't ask why they're feeling the urge in the first place. They don't try to figure out what the urge is trying to get them to avoid. And because they never ask that question, the urge just keeps coming back. It's the same cycle, but on a different day. The urge isn't something that you just have to resist or avoid. It's a result of unresolved pain. And when there's unresolved pain, it turns into an urge. So fighting the urge doesn't solve it. We have to get out way ahead of the urge and resolve it at the root level. Because if we actually want the urges to go away, instead of them getting stuck in the back of our mind, we've got to address the reason why they're there. There's another man that I was coaching who said he had been fighting urges for months. He thought his problem was discipline, but when we slowed things down, he realized that every time he had an urge, his wife had recently expressed disappointment or frustration with him. So he wasn't responding to an image, he was responding to the fear that he was failing her. And then the brain had learned that pornography use was the way to escape that fear. Once he realized that, and got the tools that he needed to work through his relationship challenges, the urges just went away. Not because he got stronger, but because finally he got to the root of the urges and was able to solve things on that level. So, if you've got an image stuck in the back of your head right now, the most important thing isn't asking yourself, okay, how do I push this out of my mind? Instead, ask yourself, What was I already carrying before I saw the image? Then get really clear and analyze that. Was there shame? Was there a sense of not feeling like you're measuring up? Tension in your marriage you haven't resolved yet? Loneliness that you've been pushing down without even realizing it? When you identify what you're carrying around and then you work on that directly, this problem will go away. If it's stress, you address it. If it's disconnection from your wife, you have a repair conversation. If it's shame, you challenge negative beliefs that you have about yourself instead of numbing them out. The urge will lose its power, and it's the coolest experience for men. When they're addressing why they feel the urge, then the feeling, the intensity, the images, they just fade away on their own. Now, the second reason why some images might stay with you is there might be a part of you that is still leaving the door open. So here's what I mean by this. If there is any part of you that has not fully decided and committed that pornography is completely off the table, the thought will keep coming back. And it's not because the urge is too powerful, it's because the door is still cracked open. And as long as the door is cracked open, the brain's going to keep going right back to it. You can have every good tool in the world, but there's no technique that will fix a decision you haven't made yet. So it's worth getting really honest with yourself. When you look at how you actually feel about pornography use in your life, not how you think you should feel, but how do you actually feel about quitting something? Is this something you absolutely must do, or is it just a nice to have? And if you do that honest analysis and you realize that it is not a firm must for you right now, it's completely up to you. That's okay. I'm not here to pressure you or shame you into making that decision. But what I do want you to understand is that what that means practically is that if there's a part of you that is still giving yourself permission and the door is cracked open, that will quietly work against every tool, every strategy, every bit of momentum that you try to build. And again, it has nothing to do with this being a weakness. It's because if you're not fully decided, then the urge will have a foothold. Now, a lot of men that I work with relate to this. A big part of them wants to quit, but there's another part of them that's holding on. And what I like to do is help them work through that hurdle. So many men have this fear that prevents them from fully making that decision. Sometimes men tell me that there's this fear that maybe they won't have any other kind of a sexual outlet. If they get rid of porn, that's how they experience their sexuality. Some other men fear that getting rid of pornography as a coping mechanism means that they'll have nothing else to take the edge off of stress or overwhelm. So the good news is that if you do have a fear of letting it go, you can do something about that. It's just a matter of working on that level. You identify what is the fear, and then you can put something in place to address that. So for example, if you don't have any other coping mechanisms, the next step is to learn skills and tools that will help you cope in healthier ways. And the cool thing is that when you put things in place to address the fear will go away. When you learn new skills and new tools and you can handle life differently, the part of you that's holding on to the pornography will just naturally let go because you have all these other better things that are more effective in helping you deal with the challenges. Now, let's say you have made the decision. You are committed to the process. You have a goal of being porn-free, but you're still struggling with images. That just means there's something deeper that needs your attention. This is why I make these videos on this channel. This is why I've created 250 podcast episodes. I want to give you practical tools and skills that you can learn, and I also work with people directly. So those who just want customized advice and feedback and get a game plan specifically for their situation, there's just so many options. You don't have to struggle with this on your own. You don't have to figure everything out by yourself. So with all of this being said, the step to take in this category, the second category that we're talking about, is just getting honest with yourself about where you actually stand. Once you do that, once the decision is real and you're committed, everything else becomes a whole lot simpler. So here's how you can apply what we're talking about this week. If you have an image that's been stuck in your head, I want you to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, is there emotional pain underneath this that you just haven't dealt with? And secondly, Have I truly decided that porn is off the table, that this is an actual goal that I'm committed to pursuing, or is the door cracked open still? Wherever you are is okay. Just acknowledge where you are, and then you can take the next step towards making progress based on where you are on the journey. I've seen so many men overcome this issue, even the ones who feel like there's a part of them holding on to it. The key is to get clear about why, take the step to resolve it, get the tools that you need to resolve the emotional coping side of this. This is the path towards gaining freedom.